Bolt Bros.
Let's go.
That was the appearance of Andrew for the episode. So
that's exactly it. That was Andy's appearance. That's it. He was 8-bit Andy or Andrew.
8-bit Andrew. That's right.
8-bit Andrew in the house. There you go, guys. But hey, once again, we're the Bolt Bros. Hey, we are on schedule release day.
That's right,
so
baby.
Stoked about this, guys. I've been scouring over Twitter and all these different rumors that are going on with the schedule leaks and all these different things. It's awesome. We're waiting on the schedule release video. I'm assuming it just got released. I just popped up on YouTube.
Oh, all right. So, let's do it.
And it looks like it's another anime schedule release video too. So let's get into this thing.
Yeah,
Kyle, you ready to
nice.
Are you hitting play?
Yeah, I'm about to hit play too. Oh, all dang, right, it looks hard, bro.
All right, here I'm about to hit past this ad right now.
Yeah.
All right. I'm pressing
mine's buffering. It's all right. You it's buffering.
I want to get synced in with you right now.
Yeah, I can't. It's buffering.
Oh, what is with your internet?
I don't know. Okay. Here it is. Yeah, I got it.
All right.
Got
1, 2, play.
Play.
Let's go.
Oh, what the heck's going on?
Anime schedule release.
Oh,
dude.
It froze.
Dude. Herbert's all charged up. Hadouken.
There it is.
Oh, dude. Week 1, Dolphins.
That's right. Go. Week 1, Dolphins. Let's go.
Week 2, Titans.
Oh, nice. Perfect.
That's great. Yeah. Week 3, Vikings.
Yeah, these are some ones that we actually learned about already.
Raiders. Yeah, these are some of the ones that we've already figured out. Yeah.
Yeah.
Week 5, bye. Dude, that's really early.
Yeah.
Ooh, week 6, Monday Night Football versus the Cowboys. That's awesome.
Oh my gosh.
So right after the bye.
That's
and then week 7 Chiefs. Sunday Night Football versus the Bears.
Yeah.
No, Monday Night Football, the Jets right after that. Wow. Was it 3 primetime games in a row?
Oh shoot, yeah. Gaming problem is that
10,
week 10 Lions.
Look at that little thing. What is that?
Yeah.
Is that
that's a dandelion, I think. Dandelion.
Oh, week 11 Packers. Wow. So it might not be that cold. Sunday Night Football
Ravens. Okay.
Wow. Week 13 Patriots.
Okay.
Wow, this video is great.
The Broncos.
14 Broncos. Wow.
Nice.
Cooking. Hiya! Stab to the heart. Thursday Night Football against the Raiders.
All right.
Ding, 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 ding. Saturday night versus the Bills, week 16.
Okay.
That was the one we were chatting about.
Yep.
Week 17 Broncos, and then we got to be ending it with the Chiefs.
It's got to be Chiefs. 18. Oh, geez. So it's usually divisionals always at last. Yeah.
Dude, that's so hilarious. Yeah. Did you see that the Chiefs reference there?
Yeah.
That was the wolf guy that ended up getting arrested.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
A bank robber, and he was going. That was hilarious.
Oh, wait. Are they going to have a return of LT or something?
I don't know what that was. That little ender right there. LT, baby.
Yeah, LT, baby. All day.
Did they put him in the Chargers Hall of Fame? I'm sure they probably did already by now.
Oh,
right?
yeah, 1,000%. Yeah. So, yeah.
Wow. Dude, great schedule release. You know what? I'm glad they did the anime again. They did the anime again. That was awesome because everybody was sitting there saying, how are you going to outdo that? Like, there's no way.
Just do it again.
Just do it again. Just do it again. Just do it again.
Yeah, whatever. Who cares?
That's fantastic. I want to see the schedule release because I want to say there was a point of
I want to see the actual dates, because it seemed like we had 3 primetime games in a row.
Like, that's crazy. I think if I'm correct on this, it looked like there was probably about 5 primetime games. And what I mean by primetime, like something that's like potentially could be a Saturday game too.
Yeah, I mean, that'll be primetime anyways. I mean, no one's going to be doing anything, like it could be.
You would imagine. You would imagine.
I mean, I don't think they're going to have many games like on Saturday. So.
Yeah. And I did read that game was going to be on Peacock too, which was the first of its kind. Game. They've never had a game on Peacock. So very, very cool to be able to see that, guys, man. So, wow, what a cool video. Hopefully you guys all saw it there too in the stream. I mean, that video is incredible. I'm actually watching it again on Twitter right now.
Right.
And it is wild.
Yeah.
I'm glad. I wonder if this is the same artist from last year.
I think so, because I think he works for the team. So, and basically he just told him last year, he's like, yeah, I can do it. And
yeah, no problem. I'll do it again.
I think he did it all himself, Yeah.
Yeah. Wow, dude.
Wild. It's wild.
Very good video. So yeah, I'm looking at it again. The week 5 bye. Looks like Justin Herbert's fishing. And then Monday Night Football Cowboys. So a little bit of an extension. So there's one Monday Night Football game. And then week 7, okay, it's Chiefs. Never mind.
Week 6.
And then week 8, Monday Night Football.
So right after our bye, we got the Monday Night Football with the Cowboys.
Yep. We have 3 after the bye. The 3 out of the 4 games are like primetime games.
Yeah. So then, so then the Bears, that's a primetime. Week 8, week 9, Jets primetime. Week 12, nighttime. Oh no, it's not. Is that? No, that's 5:20 Pacific time.
Yeah, that would be a Sunday night game.
Yeah, it's a Sunday night game. Yeah. So then, okay, it's week 12 Ravens. Yeah, that's Sunday night. And then we got Thursday night versus the Raiders, week 15.
Dude, that's week 15, Thursday Night Football.
Yeah, and then Saturday. Hey, so that's pretty good. That's kind of a miniature bye there, isn't it? The Saturday game, week 16.
Yeah, they give a little bit of a bye game. Well, it's somewhat of a bye.
Almost, yeah.
You're kind of getting a secondary bye. I think that's Pat McAfee at the end of the video chasing after the wolf, by the way. I don't know what the reference of Pat McAfee is to the Chargers, but pretty cool, man. What a cool video.
That's great.
I'm excited to be able to, and it's funny how the rumors kept going out there that we were going to be the game against the Chiefs, which if you guys, to start the season, if you guys kind of paid attention to some of the rumors and seen some of the other leaks out there, there was some talks of the Chargers starting week 1 versus the Chiefs, and that did not happen. So actually, I got a video here. I could share this screen right now of kind of what we got going on here.
Do it.
Let me see if I could share this, and this is actually going to be the schedule for 2023, boys. Let's go. Yee. All right, I'm just going to share this. Whoops, see what days is. All right. So it even has the preseason games here too. So hopefully you guys could see this. I'm not sure if you really can or not. But this is the schedule. Is it not pulling up?
You got 2 of them.
Oh, it's not pulling. Oh, sorry. There we go.
You got to press the show on screen button.
Yes, there we are. So there we go. So we got week 1 at home versus the Dolphins. It was initially kept reporting that you were going to get us against the Chiefs to start the season and opening the season at the same time. So it was going to be Chiefs, Chargers, and what did they end up doing is went with the Lions, Chiefs.
Yeah.
At Arrowhead. I don't know if there's just a lot of hype train going on with the Lions right now, but Lions had a 9-8 season last year. I think it was. They beat the Packers to kick them out of the playoffs basically last year in the last season of the game, or last game of the season.
Mm-hmm.
And what did they do is they gave them the first game of the season against the Chiefs. Wild to see that, guys. So we're playing the Dolphins. So remember what we did against the Dolphins last year against Tua.
Right.
We made them look pretty bad, to be honest. So that was our coming out defense party.
They went soft on the Chiefs. Gave them a freaking easy game right out of the gate, man.
The thing about it is the Lions are kind of one of those teams that are definitely up and coming. And I feel they have something good going on. Their defense was pretty abysmal last year, and then they ended up cutting, I think, their defensive coordinator, a cornerback coach, and it shifted pretty hard from that point. But it really kind of shifted a lot for that team. I think there's just a lot of hype train going on with the Lions.
Right.
And to be honest, they haven't had a lot of seasons that they've done really well. And so it's a very odd choice for the Chiefs to go after them. I mean, Lions had a lot of games last year. They got blown out. A lot of games where they scored a lot of points to make it very, very entertaining. But hey, NFL felt like the Lions were the ones that deserved it. And I think they could have chose many other better teams. They could have gone the Bengals, the Bills, the Chargers. I mean, I think the Chiefs can play the Jets next year too.
Yeah.
They could have gone with a lot of other teams that could have been better for that. But
right.
They went with the Lions. So Lions paid them off. The script has been written, boys, for 2023. But
yep, it's already written. Yep.
We're turning out against the Dolphins at SoFi. So we'll be on CBS. Very cool to be able to see that. I think that'll be a great game to start out the season. The Dolphins are a very, very up and down team last year. They did fine in the playoffs last year.
Hold up, I got something here.
Uh-oh. Let's go.
Let's do it.
We're ready. Let's go.
He's got to
all eyes on the Dolphins right now. All eyes on the Dolphins.
That's right. All eyes on the Dolphins. Well, yeah, we got preseason games or whatever, but it's all good. Yeah.
Whatever.
Hey man, I love the preseason. It's just more football, man. I don't care. Like,
we'll take it. You know, The thing about it is that I'm very interested about this preseason of all the rookies we ended up getting and a lot of our undrafted free agents. That's one thing I really appreciate about doing this channel is it makes me a better fan of my team. We start to see a lot of layers of the players and they start rooting for even the guys that are like the long shots. And then you start thinking like, man, he looked great in training camp. He looked good in preseason. Like, where is he going to be? Is he going to make the team? So there is kind of that cool element that preseason has a whole new dimension for me.
Yeah.
An appreciation of it. You know, it's pointless football. I really don't want our starters playing in those games, but at the same side, I want to see those guys find a way on the team and be able to make an impact on this team. So,
I mean, when it comes to preseason though, I really do like seeing our starters get a few reps of actual game time reps, you know? Maybe just give them like one drive or whatever, like, or maybe like one quarter just to like kind of get up to speed. So that way they're not coming in soft on week one, you know?
I could see that. And it makes sense. It makes sense to be able to kind of just give them a couple looks out there. But, you know, and it's funny. He's even say last year, the Chiefs kind of had a lot of, they did give Patrick Mahomes, I think it might've been a quarter or 2 quarters. In a couple games, I think in week 2 of preseason. So there was some usage of putting even some of these big starters out there. Remember, even last year, they talked a lot about the Chargers kind of being very much not conditioned for most of the year because those guys really didn't get any on-field conditioning or they were babying our players a little bit too much in training camp.
Yeah.
So, you know, that's something that I think that Brandon Staley's going to have to figure out this year and really get a good ability to have our guys fresh, healthy, and allow them to be conditioned to be ready for the season. So,
yeah,
that's definitely something that we're going to have to look at. And by the way, guys, we're fully live right now too. If anybody wants to join the stream
out there,
and say what's up, we're going to throw our stream link right now. And if you want to join, just join in. We'll pop you guys in, and then we'll chat with you guys for a bit here. So, but going back on that, it is going to be great to be able to see what happens in the preseason. I'm excited to be able to see what happens. I'm excited to see if maybe even Brandon Staley wants to play some of our players too, by the way. I think that'll be interesting to be able to see that as a possibility, make sure our team is going to be fully ramped up and, you know, ready to go. I'm excited about that. All right.
Yep. Yeah, totally.
I'm going to pull up the Chargers website on the actual schedule here. Man, they actually they didn't have a picture of it here.
Yeah, they got the full schedule up on the website already. I'm looking at it right now too. Yeah.
Okay. You want to share that? I think it might look a little bit better than what I was pulling up there on the YouTubies.
I kind of like the YouTubies.
Oh, you like that one better than okay?
No, cool. I like it. It looks really nice. You know, we just see the whole bird's eye view on it. You know, it's really good.
Cool. Yeah. Well, let's kind of keep jumping through everything here, guys. So What it looks like for preseason is we got August 12th versus the Rams. Basically, it's a home away kind of game. It doesn't matter because we're in the same stadium.
Yeah.
Saints on August 20th, I think is what it is. I remember that we chatted about that they were going to do a joint practice, so that makes total sense.
That must be it. Yeah. So like they're probably that week they're probably doing the joint practice, and then they're just going to be playing because it's at SoFi and it's with us. So then
yeah,
so that's pretty nice. And then it looks like at the Niners the next week.
Yep, looks like the next week to end it off. So
yeah,
basically September 10th is when we are going to start our season. So just before September 11th versus the Dolphins. Excited for that matchup. That's going to be awesome. The stadium's going to be rocking. I'm looking forward to be able to see that. But week 2 versus the Titans. So we got 2 games on the road right after that. Oh boy. And that's at Nissan Stadium too. What do you know?
That's at Nissan, yeah.
I think you're ready to go on this. We're ready for the season. We are primed for this season now. This is
yes,
great.
Sir. Yes, sir.
So we got Titans in Tennessee, 10 a.m. CBS, September 17th, a couple weeks before my birthday. I think that was one game that we talked about going to. I have my brother-in-law that lives out there. We have some cousins that live out there. I think it'd be killer to be able to go out to this game. So September 17th.
Yep.
That would be awesome. Great game. And the Titans last year, what they did last year. They basically got the Jags in the playoffs because they were started out hot and then they just dipped really hard from that point. Did they really expand to make their team better? Are they more prepped next year? Who knows? Derrick Henry was kind of on the chopping block there for a little while to get traded. Who knows? Who knows if they're going to be any better? But week 2 versus the Titans, exciting game.
Yeah.
Week 3.
That's so I'm kind of excited about the Titans game too, because then I guess we get to see Will Levis do his basically second week debut. So that'll be kind of interesting
if he starts. I mean, Ryan Tannehill's still out there.
Tannehill, he's a bridge quarterback. He hasn't really ever been that great of a quarterback. So it's I don't know. Yeah, I mean, hey, we could see another Justin Herbert and Tyrod Taylor situation where he kind of pokes his heart or whatever like that. Yeah.
It's going to be a tough thing. I mean, with Ryan Tannehill, I'm pretty confident that he'll stay as the starter there. I don't think Will Levis, unless there's something in the camp where it's just holy smokes, goes crazy, or just like what you said, if there's an injection in the dude's lung, all of a sudden, bam, he's all changed and he has to get out there and do his thing.
Yeah,
you don't want to see that happening or anything like that, but it's pretty confident he'll be out there. I do know that Tannehill is kind of an iffy of a player, in my opinion, as a quarterback. He's got his games where he's great, and he's got his games where he's not good. Even Malik Willis, who they drafted last year, they already kind of are moving on with him. So they put in Will Levis, basically. So he's going to Will Levis is going to have to go through 2 quarterbacks, in my opinion. So he's got a lot there. I'll say this, though, with Tennessee, they got a pretty good running game. They got Tajay Spears there and Hassan Haskins on behind Derrick Henry. So I feel that they did a good job of really growing out that team a little bit more on that running game, which preps them a lot for a rookie quarterback too. So who knows, man? Who knows if this is the time that they want to move on from Ryan Tannehill? I would imagine by this time, Ryan Tannehill might not have much time left on his contract and time with the Titans. I mean, he's been there for a while. He had a 4-year contract with them. Let's see. I'm just pulling that up right now. This is considered his potential is out is 2023. So if they dead cap hits $36 million. Woo, yikes. I don't know, man. I mean, who knows where that could go. I mean, once again, the camp battle is going to tell you everything about what's going to happen here. And that would be an interesting one to see. So
definitely.
I know Aether over here is getting mad. He's getting mad. He's
trying
asking.
to chat with us, but we're just talking away. What's going on?
He called me Jakes. He said, Jake, stop talking.
Get
to
my
comment.
Dang, man. Hey.
Dang, bro.
Jeez.
Dang, bro.
Hey. We just having a good conversation here.
Man, we're just trying to talk about the schedule here. So he said the Chargers and Chiefs are the best teams in the division. The NFL will not waste week 1. I called it week 7, baby. So he's talking about a lot how I was saying, and when I was hearing the rumors, is that the Chiefs were going to play the Chargers on Thursday Night Football to open the season, and they ended up not doing that. I mean, it is a great matchup. It would be an awesome way to start the season.
Right.
You know, they decided to go with the Lions, which I think a lot of people are a little okay about that. I don't know, boys. So I don't know. Either way, I think it's kind of an interesting one to see that happening that way. So it is what it is. But let's get on to week 3. This is going to be on the road versus the Vikings. Woo!
Yeah, baby. Let's go.
It's like the trumpet.
Charge.
Yeah. Well, that could be the trumpet for the Chargers too. Plus,
hey, don't throw that bad juju. Don't be using like the Vikings thing on us. You know, like no, like I did that last time. Like I started doing the skull thing because I was like, oh, what is that? I was like, oh wait, that's their thing. Like, don't do that. Yeah,
don't do that.
Yeah.
Charge. All right, let's go.
Yeah.
Jordan Addison, I believe, with the Vikings, right? You also get to see Justin Jefferson, correct?
Yeah.
And we get to see Kirk Cousins. Will Kirk Cousins be that quarterback that could find a way to close games out? Like, he seems to be that guy that it's like when the game's on the line, you can't figure it out.
Yeah.
And hey, it's a homecoming party for Eric Kendricks, by the way, too. So that's kind of going to be a cool one to be able to see him coming back to Minnesota to say what up to his homies out there. It's not going to be cold weather at that time. I mean, obviously, it's a dome stadium that's shaped like a Viking ship.
It's actually looks really cool. I like the way that stadium looks. Like it's a newer stadium too, right? Because like I guess like the previous one, like I remember, like was it maybe 10 years ago, like the ceiling collapsed because of all the snow that it had or something.
Oh no, I think that was in the Wasn't that Lions? I think I thought it was
Minnesota.
Yeah, maybe it was Minnesota. Maybe that was. Yeah. I don't remember which one that was, but that's gnarly to think about. That snow was so much on that ceiling, it just freaking just.
Yeah.
That might have been their older stadium. I think that was their older stadium. It wasn't the newer stadium, but that's crazy. Right. But that's going to be a good game. We'll talk about kind of schedule predictions, guys. And by the way, we still did end up throwing our app out there. If you guys want to join, there is a link in the chat for Melon app where you can join our conversations right now. You can log in from your cell phone. Yeah. Or if you got a computer in front of you, jump on the YouTube channel, connect with us. We'd love to be able to chat with you.
Yep. We'll talk about the our schedule, like maybe record predictions and stuff like that too. So yeah.
Yep. No, I'm excited about it. So all right, we want to go on to week 4 and talk about
the Raturds.
FDR. Go!
Let's go! Raiders.
Week 4. This is going to be back at home. Hey, we started last year at home versus the Raiders. Now we get to start week 4 versus the Raturds.
The Raiders.
You know, the Jimmy G experiment. I'll give you just a brief thought of what's about to happen with the Raiders.
Yeah.
Jimmy G doesn't stay healthy. You guys are over there acting like you guys are going to be pretty good. I mean, essentially, Jimmy G's, I think that meme where it's that guy holding up the shirt and it's like the same plaid looking shirt that he's actually wearing the same exact shirt. So he gets a second of those shirts. That's like the trade-off. You guys basically got Derek Carr, another Derek Carr, essentially. You didn't get anything gained, but you did get a guy who's a lot more injury prone. And I think there's a good chance that by week 4, Jimmy G might not be your guy anymore. It might end up being Brian Hoyer as your starter. It might be Adrian O'Connell. It might be Chase Garbers as your starter. Like, it's going to be interesting. They did honestly get some pretty good players. I mean, they did get Then they get Michael Meyer over there. They got Austin Hooper. Obviously, they got a very good running back with Josh Jacobs, Devontae Adams, Hunter Renfrow. I mean, there is a lot of shift going on there. I do think that the defense is still pretty tough over there, too. You did go after a lot of defensive line kind of situation. Tyree Wilson, Max Crosby, Chandler Jones. Great players there. I think that you have there. Jerry Tillery's there still. Speed bump.
Speed bump
there.
Yep.
It's going to be a fun one. I mean, always Raider games are great. So family, trust, respect all day. Family, trust,
all day,
respect.
every day. Yeah. It kind of stinks that. Well, actually, I'll say this though too, because I was on the with the Wild Wild West podcast with Captain and Rich Chiefs. Alex wasn't there at all, but like they're still pretty hyped on the Raiders. Are hyped on the picks that they got. Like he was openly saying is like a lot of times like he scratches his head for a couple of the picks and he thinks that he did really well with all those picks. And I'm like, I don't know about that. I mean, like you guys traded up for literally like every single pick that you wanted. And so like, I mean, what is that really doing for you? So,
yeah, that's true. That is true. So the McDaniels situation over there and the head coaching is kind of a disaster in my opinion. It's like I have some buddies who are Broncos fans and everything, and the Raiders are kind of an iffy team in the coaching side of things. So I think it's an interesting one. We're at the bye week now, and the one thing, and I'm just going to say, a couple people over here, I think it was Brandon Williams is saying we could slow down JJ week 3. I think we got a shot at 4-0. Let's go.
Yeah.
I'd love to go with that. If we could get 4-0 to start the season, and if you kind of do look at that schedule, I'm not too scared of the Titans. The Vikings did have a very good start to their season, but found a way with one of the worst defenses to be able to find a way in the playoffs. And obviously, I predicted that they were going to collapse in the first round. They did. Raiders, I don't think are going to be that strong next year. So there's a good shot of 4-0. There's a good shot 4-0.
I think honestly, I mean, I'll be realistic. I think we can go 3-0. Just because like the Vikings are probably one of the best like regular season teams ever. Like they've always consistently done really well. And so like I'm gonna say that's probably the team that we'll probably lose to if we do lose to one of these teams.
3-1, and I could see that. See that. The thing about the Dolphins, though, you do have Jalen Waddle, you have Tyreek Hill there. You have an extremely fast wide receiving core.
Yeah.
What are we going to have for our cornerbacks? Is J.C. Jackson going to be ready by that time?
Right.
We did a great job last year. Remember just starting out that game against the Dolphins where, Alohi Gilman basically ran toe-to-toe with Tyreek Hill with that could have easily been a touchdown, and you found a way to be able to bat that pass down to kind of set the tone to that game real early.
Right.
And we just had a really, really good defensive strategy for that game.
Right.
And I do get worried about a lot of speed receivers. Everybody should. If they're going to have the same kind of cross kind of base patterns, and we basically put out the same exact type of defensive strategy, we'll be fine that game. We'll be fine.
Right.
So Vikings are probably the game that I'd probably say, hey, could be a little tough all around for us. But hey, I'm glad it was kind of earlier in the season that we go out there and we don't go out in cold weather. I mean, dome obviously, but
cold weather. But I guess that's the only thing that kind of sucks about it is because it is a dome. That one could have been a good one for it later in the season. Just because, like, I mean, look at the Packers. That one's an open field, and the Patriots, it's also an open field, and the Bills, I think, is also an open field. So we got and the Broncos open fields. So we got a lot of cold games. Oh my gosh, looking down the line here. So
no joke. Actually, the Bills, Broncos, these are home games. The Blues are in home games, so this is a home game right here.
Yeah, but we still got. You're right. So Bills is a home game.
Really, the Patriots,
and Broncos still.
That's November 6th. It's probably not going to be a Packers.
Nah, it shouldn't be too cold. Yeah, Packers could be cold maybe there. I don't know.
that Chiefs game is going to be cold. Woof.
Well, that's at
Woof.
home.
Oh, that's at home. But
That's at
yeah,
home.
I'm getting all confused here too.
Yeah. So
All right.
Blues at home.
So Kyle's saying 3-1 to start the first 4 weeks of the season. 4-0. I'm going to say 4-0. Let's go. Because guess what? We're gonna go 20-0. You know, so it's good. We're gonna win the Super Bowl.
20-0. So I don't have that video. I don't have that video queued up. But let's say, I mean, the one interesting thing though too about the Dolphins game is the fact that we would be playing a healthy Tua no matter what. So, and I think that's probably maybe why they put it there, because like people want to see a healthy Herbert and a healthy Tua actually duke it out this time. Yeah. So that could be like the big thing, the big showdown, I guess, because a lot of people are saying, "Oh, Tua or Herbert," and that was kind of our choice at that point, right? So now, like this is it. Now we're gonna put our money where on the table here for it. So, but
I like it.
I'll say Herbert all day, baby.
Let's go. Let's go. You know, it's fun to be able to see a lot of these 2020 type quarterbacks, and we keep having a lot of clashes here. We're playing the Burrow, Tua, and it seems like the NFL keeps kind of having that rotation where we always keep playing against these 2020 quarterbacks, because I do feel the 2020 quarterback class is very, very good. It's a very good class. And now we got even Jordan Love, which we will chat about here later on. So so week 5 bye week. I hate having an early bye week. I hate having an early bye week. I like kind of having a mid-range kind of bye week. Because I feel like now you're just, I mean, I like it as a fan, because then I'm like, okay, get the bye week out of the way, and let's just go ahead and have football for the rest of the year, pretty much from every week on. But I hate having that early one, because it makes me feel like, oh man, like if somebody really gets injured in some area, they're not going to have like an extra week to be able to kind of heal up. It just kind of hurts the team to be able to stay healthy, in my opinion. So I don't even want to talk about that.
Yeah. We ain't throwing that out there. Yeah. But I mean, but that's the truth though too, is like I really wish that like we can have a bye week always before a Thursday night game. That would literally be the best possible scenario, because those short weeks suck. So
big time. Mm-hmm. So well, let's get into it. Week 6. This is our first primetime game. Monday Night Football. So go! Them Cowboys. So here we
Cowboys.
Monday Night Football. Cowboys. No Zeke Elliott. The return of Kellen Moore to the Cowboys. I think that's why they gave us
great.
I think that's why they gave us this game, because Kellen Moore is going to come back. He's going to get his redemption against Mike McCarthy. He's going to show them what they lost. And this is at home in LA too. So you're in our home, boys. Now, once again, that stadium's going to be packed with Cowboys fans. It's going to be packed. Sorry. I'm going to say it's going to be packed with Cowboys fans. Every single dang Cowboys game, since they do train in Oxnard, California, there's a Cowboys fans in Los Angeles, and they will pay $500 for your seat just to be at that dang game.
They did. And they did. Like, I mean, I remember looking at tickets last time we played at home, and it was pretty much like that. It was they easily paid 3 or 4 times the price of a ticket, and I'm like, I'm fine. Yeah. It's crazy.
But I mean, the thing about it is like, that's the thing why you were in San Diego or why you were in LA, because it's a destination place. And LA has a fantastic stadium. There is no stadium like SoFi. The experience there is phenomenal.
Right.
And, when your team's there locally, it's the same thing for like the Steelers. There's a ton of fans that'll show up. I mean, Cowboys are probably the number 1, or number 2 most liked fan or team in Southern California. I'm not saying it's Raiders or Rams and Chargers aren't the most liked, because they truly, to me, it's a very destination place. A lot of people move there. A lot of people love to be able to enjoy. I think Steelers are one of the top teams. Cowboys are one of the top teams. Raiders are obviously one of the top teams. And then you got the Rams and the Chargers. They're kind of some mix of the top 5 liked teams in that area. Probably Niners too, because it's another California team.
Yeah.
But that Cowboys game is going to be rocking, and it's going to be a great game on Monday Night Football. I'm looking forward to that one.
That'll be fun.
I think it's just a great setup, and they already have a story written for it. Kellen Moore, now the offensive coordinator for the Chargers. You got basically that offense from last year. Kellen Moore's offense that has been phenomenal the last 4 years for the Cowboys, now for the Chargers. I hope that we're just going to be flying high in that game and just dumping the ball off. We have insight on Dak Prescott and how the whole Cowboys organization works, player to player. I think that's going to be a great game. Great game.
Agree. Totally agree. Yeah, it's gonna be a fun game to go to. Monday Night Football. So that's great.
Great stuff.
Good stuff there for sure.
I'm looking forward to that
it's always hard for me to, of course, go to those Monday night games because of work and stuff, but I'll make sure I can make that work though, Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, it's exactly it, Brandon. I mean, Cowboys fans are everywhere, like Raider fans. I mean, they're freaking everywhere. And I mean, I'm not sitting there saying like, hey, we don't have Chargers fans, we don't have Rams fans or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
We got plenty of fans there, but at the same side, like there's other teams that are just travel extremely well. And Cowboys are one of those that just travels extremely well.
Yeah.
I mean, even if you go back to like the Rams games, like where the Niners show up in that stadium, the Rams are like, hey, don't sell tickets to the Niners fans. Well, game time came, that stadium was full of red all over the dang place.
Right.
Like that's just going to be the same thing that happens in this game. And everybody's going to probably say, oh, Chargers don't have fans, blah, 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 blah. Dude, come on. It's just, there are specific teams and fan bases that travel extremely well. And Cowboys are one of those.
Yeah, they really are.
That's all it is. So
that's all it is.
All right. Week 7. We are playing the Chiefs
at Kansas City as well, so that's all right.
KC. Yeah, let's get those cold weather games out of there. I mean, it's not a cold weather game at October 22nd, but hey, I'm glad it's not on week 18. So that's great. But we know what the Chiefs are. We know what they're all about. I mean, obviously, great game. I could guarantee that. A great game. I'll say this. I feel the Chiefs always find a way to make a play at the right time to give them the advantage for the game. It happens almost every single time.
Yep.
When we play the Chargers, it's like Kelsey with getting wide open on an OT catch to basically end the game for us. Pick 6, basically to the house from 22 or 99-yard pick 6 on us, ends the game pretty much for us. There's just these ways where the Chargers are almost there. There.
Almost every single game we almost win. We always win.
But guess what, boys? Hey, that game is not at SoFi, but if it was, Thunder Alley is undefeated, baby.
That's right.
You go to that pink lot, Thunder Alley, SoFi, just go there. Great time. You'll have a great time, guys.
That's right. Actually, there is. Actually, I wanted to bring that up to you guys as well. Is that actually because I've been talking to like all the clubs and hanging out with them and stuff. There is some concern that there might not be tailgating allowed in the pink lot.
What?
Yes, like so.
Why do I sound like Chewbacca?
Yeah, so like because apparently SoFi Stadium or whatever, like they're talking about setting up hotels in the parking lots, and taking up the space for that, and that's really just annoying that they're actually even considering that. But like I did talk to one of the this girl, her name is Ileana, or I think Liliana, I think actually. She's with the Chargers, and she said, according to her, that they haven't heard otherwise, that they're going to let or make it not possible. So, and if it does change, there still will be a tailgate, but it's going to be moved to a different spot. There's like a dirt lot apparently behind the Home Depot that's kind of close to it. I think it's on the east side of the stadium. Nice. That they would move it all over that way. So I don't know, and I think that's just keeping a fair warning. I'll know more about it like as time goes on too, because I'm connected with all the clubs and stuff. So, but I'll keep everyone posted on that. But
man,
until then, man, that tailgate, man, it never loses. You got to go. I know
Undefeated, baby. Undefeated.
Brandon was saying that he wants to go to the tailgate, and he's got to go. Like
Gotta go.
It's literally like football and tailgates. It's just hand in hand, you know. So yeah.
No doubt, man. I mean, it's a great time, great way to be able to enjoy hanging out with the fans, enjoying hanging out with the clubs, hanging out, dancing to some music, get your drinks, your food, all that stuff. Because guess what? SoFi food sucks, and it's like super expensive too. But it's a great way to start the game out for you guys.
Yeah, right.
So
Carlos rewinded and put James's what in slow motion. It sounded like Chewbacca.
Dude, it was so weird. I don't even know how I sounded like Chewbacca. That was so weird. That was so weird.
Try and get that on the soundboard here. Yeah,
that one. Hey, I was gonna say here, Juan had a pretty good comment here. He says, "Why no primetime game with the Chiefs? You think it would mostly be flexed?" And I think that's what the January game is when we chat about that. I think it's just going to be flexed because they put a TBD on it. It could be flexed to become a Sunday night game or whatever it is. It's probably going to be dictated based upon what happens with the division, and if that game decides, say, the division or a playoff spot or whatever it might be. That's what it's basically probably going to be, the flex game for us. But they should have basically already scheduled, locked in a primetime game with the Chiefs. It should have just done it. It should have just done it.
I mean, realistically, like that January game could be a pre-playoff game.
Yep.
Absolutely. And that's always how Chargers football is, though. We always freaking have that kind of situation. Like, man.
Yeah. No doubt. So let's move on to week 8.
The Bears.
There it is.
That's right.
We're on this. We're ready for the schedule. We got everything all lined up. We're good.
We got it all. We ready. We ready, boys. Bro.
We ready. So this is another Sunday night game, or at least a primetime game against the Bears. I think it's kind of a bit interesting to be able to get a Bears-Chargers Sunday night game. Like, I mean, it's not like the Bears last year were great by any means.
Yeah.
They're figuring things out. Justin Fields, he was, I think, literally just scrambling for his life last year, just trying to find a way, make a play. I think it's kind of an interesting choice for a Sunday night game. Maybe they just had to give the Bears one, and Bears a primetime game. I don't know, but I remember the NFL stating, they said not every team's going to get a primetime game. And so I think they were being very selective. They decided to go with a Bears-Chargers at home SoFi game, Sunday Night Football. I don't know. I don't know about that one. That seems like, I mean, do I think that we'll win that game? I think so. What's the story behind that one? Not too sure. I don't know what the NFL is thinking, but I think it's kind of a potential game where the Chargers could really, really blow out the Bears, in my opinion. So I'm just throwing it out there. And by the way, Kyle just put in the Melon app. So if you guys want to join our conversation right now, please, by all means, click on the link, join the link, and we could bring you guys in.
Yes, yeah, please do. Like, so I'm trying to pin it to the YouTube channel right now, so that way, like, as a comment, there you go, pin that message. Yeah, so there you go. So now it's pinned there on YouTube. So go ahead and if you are able to join, please do. We'd love to have you. Just wrap it up with us. It's all good. So
no doubt. Let's move on to week 9.
Week 9.
Jets. Jets. Woo! On Monday Night Football.
Back-to-back playoff or primetime games.
I mean, 3 out of the 4 games coming out of the gate after bye week, you're going primetime. So this one is in New York. I kept hearing a lot of rumors about this game. Us playing a primetime game versus the Jets. So, Aaron Rodgers versus Chargers. Aaron Rodgers is the hype train right now. Everybody's putting the Jets in the Super Bowl dang near, it seems like. Yeah. Even if you look at the betting odds, they're going to win more games than the Chargers. They say they're more probability of getting to the Super Bowl with the Jets. Like, I like Robert Saleh over there as a head coach. I think he's a good coach. I think he does great things with the defense there. I think they have a fantastic young core of players there. Garrett Wilson, great receiver too. I think that they have some very, very good things going for them. Antonio Gates was interviewed recently about it, and they asked about the Jets, and he says, I don't think you should really go out there and say that the Jets are going to be who they're going to be. Everybody thinks that they're going to be the best team out there. It seems like they're like crowning the champion before it even starts, kind of thing.
Hey, so you know what? I mean, that's just it. Like, there's always a lot of hype for every team before the season because every team is undefeated before game one. So, yeah, and like you never know what the team's going to be like before game one as well. So, but here's the thing that too is like, I mean, is Aaron Rodgers like the same as he was, 5 years ago? Like, I would say no. I feel like he's a little bit more like jaded now. Like, he just kind of like, he never really seems like he's the guy anymore. Yeah. So, I like him in fantasy football. Don't get me wrong, but like, I don't feel like, does he really have all the talent he needs with the Jets as well?
The thing about Aaron Rodgers, he did win 2 MVPs recently, league MVPs. Right. So, it's not like that was that far ago or that long ago that happened. The thing about it is the transition from Lambeau, Green Bay, smaller town, to New York, much bigger town, much more brutal of a town, media-wise and everything. They're going to jump on top of him about anything. If those wheels are falling off by, say, that time, oh boy, it's gonna get a rocky road. If say they're 2-7 or something, or 2-6 or whatever I don't even know what their schedule is.
Right.
It's gonna get rough. It's gonna get rough over there. And so that's an interesting thing. I when I was thinking about the Jets game, I remember the Jets came to SoFi, and I think we were just kind of like, I don't know, man. Like, I don't think we got a chance with them recently. And I remember we just beat the brakes off of them. And I don't know what it was, but they just kind of just came in lackadaisical or something like that. Yeah. Jet stands for just end the season. Oh, man. Love it, Carlos.
Oh, that's
Love
great, Carlos.
Oh, man. And that's great. But yeah, it's interesting to see that one happening. And that's going to be another Monday night game for us. I mean, we kind of have like a little bit more extra time between these games in a sense, which is kind of nice. So I guess we're kind of getting a little bit of an extension of a little bit more kind of a bye week kind of situation through this. So pretty good. I'll see how that Jets game is. There's a lot of pressure sometimes on teams to perform. And sometimes they, with all the talent in the world, they find a way to not perform. And once again, Kyle, just like you said, Aaron Rodgers is kind of older too. Is he going to be that Aaron Rodgers? I mean, remember, the last quarterback transition after Aaron Rodgers was Brett Favre. Brett Favre went to the Jets. They did do pretty good with the Jets from what I remember, or it was with the Vikings, or maybe it was
with the Vikings. Yeah. So, no, but I think Manning was the most successful one in recent memory.
Transition.
Like, that transition from the Colts to the Broncos, and actually won because of that. So, yeah.
Who knows? I mean, it's not easy to go to another team, another organization and be successful still. It's not easy. I mean, everybody out there right now, and look, dude, I'll tell you what. I mean, Jets fans have gone through a lot, and they have not had a lot of successful years in their time.
Yeah.
I mean, not saying that the Chargers have not had a lot of success either. I mean, we still have not won a Super Bowl or anything like that, but it's cool to be able to see them start to come up as an organization. I mean, Robert Saleh over there has done a pretty good job of really building up a good team. And just looking at Brett Favre when he was there, he went 9-7 his one season there, and then went to Minnesota for the next 2. So sometimes organizations are toxic, and Jets could be a toxic organization and really pretty much pester all the fans to entice them to want to come to the games and then end up not performing at all. So
yeah,
we'll see. Pressure's on them, and they're in the AFC East too, by the way, and that's a pretty good division.
Yeah, it's pretty good, decent for sure. So
yep.
So they got a tough division to play for. So that's cool.
Agreed. So week 10, Lions at home.
Let's go. SoFi, baby.
SoFi. So I did chat a little already about the Lions. There's a hype train going on with them right now.
Yeah.
and that's once again, this is another organization that just cannot perform. And
right.
Last year they did pretty good. They knocked the Packers out of the playoffs. It's just hard for me to say. And going out there once again, guys, I don't know if you guys saw this too, but there was a lot of kind of whispers because Keenan Allen was at a Laker game courtside with Amon-Ra St. Brown and who was it? Marvin.
Yes.
What's his face?
Marvin Jones, right?
Jones, yeah.
And
they were like, "Ooh, is Keenan Allen getting traded to the Detroit Lions?" I mean,
oh my gosh.
Marvin Jones has been a guy that's been their homie. They've been homies for a long time.
Right. Right.
I really don't buy that rumor by any means. But at the same side, next year things change. And I do think that there's a chance that they could go there in 2024. Darrell, hey, Detroit does scare me a bit. There is a lot of things that is growing with that team. I mean, Dan Campbell really has kind of been really changing that team. And he talks like the funniest guy. He always talks like this. He almost sounds like a wrestler all the time to me. And there's a lot of really, really interesting things with the Lions. There's a lot of momentum behind them. Last year, I mean, they were on a rocket ship. I think they were 1-7, ended up being 9-8. I mean, they shifted that culture quick. It's kind of the same idea that happened with the Jags. I remember it was kind of that thing where the Jags kind of figured it out late in the season, which got them to the playoffs. The Lions got something going on over there. And Amon-Ra St. Brown is actually one of my favorite receivers out in the NFL. That guy's an absolute stud, a USC product. I have a couple of his signed rookie cards just because I was like, hey, man, he's a stud. And they got a good thing going on there. Jared Goff, not a big fan of his, but he had a good year last year. So that could be a fun one to watch, guys. And I'm saying that in the sense of they are playing the Chiefs to start out the season, which I think is still an odd choice. But we'll see. We'll see how this game goes. I think it'll be a fun one for us.
They could have had the rematch of the Super Bowl right away too, because they play the Eagles again in the regular season. But I'm like, why didn't they just do that? That would have been great. Yep.
Yeah. It's interesting, but hey, we play the Lions later on. We'll see what happens. Hopefully the Chiefs lose to them, and then we could beat the Lions later on, and we get an advantage over them and take the division. Yo, standing room only, dude. What up, brother? Hey, man. Good to see you, dude. Yeah, man. I was at the bar with you and your bro the night of the Jags game. Oh boy, yeah, that was fun. That bar got kind of quiet after that game, but hey, man, selfishly
at the half, I felt it too.
After they kept people were disappearing left and right. People were disappearing left and right, and I hope we could get a playoff rematch against them somehow. That would be awesome. I would love to be able to see that, and I do think the Jags have a good shot at taking that division over there again. So
I was gonna say it's that apparently Fernando from Los Rayos, he has not listened to a single Chargers news podcast or whatever, since the Jaguars game. Because I remember, he and I were both kind of like hosting at the Tom's Bar, and I was looking for him. By the end, dude ghosted.
Gone.
I haven't seen him in any barbecue since as well, man. I think he just kept going south and just never looked back for I'm like, dang, he just started walking. I was like, nope.
We all were pretty bewildered after that, and it was a very Charger-esque thing to see, and it's frustrating to see. And standing room only never sobered up so fast, man.
Exactly.
Because I remember I was sitting in the front, and we were just hanging out and watching the game. We were all getting quiet. What was happening.
Yeah.
And then I remember looking around and looking behind us. I swear everybody was gone. It was like, and then everybody that was there just kind of gave us the Joey Bosa shrug, like,
Yeah. Yeah, right.
It was, let's not see that again, ever again.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
done with
not.
that.
I'm already numb to like the taunt. See, 27. I'm like, whatever.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah.
Well, let's move on to week 11. Packers. So we play
At Lambeau Field.
Yeah, Lambeau Field. So this is a big one. A lot of guys, a lot of crews are talking about going out to this game. This is going to be Jordan Love versus Justin Herbert, the 2020 draft of quarterbacks. So Jordan Love, man, it's interesting. It was funny. I heard like a interview with Jordan Love recently, and it was on, I think, on the Pat McAfee show. They showed it, and they said, man, like one of the guys that's the commentators that on the show, he's a big Packers fan. He was like, huh, that's the first time I've ever heard Jordan Love's voice. Like,
yeah, right.
Like, yeah, where'd that guy come from? He's got a deep voice, sounds really, really confident. Like, that's pretty cool. So, I mean, who knows? Who knows what the Packers are going to be? I mean, Brett Favre in the transition to Aaron Rodgers was very similar. The guy sat back in the while and hung out in the back end of the depth chart, and here we go. Now he's the starter, and he's basically Aaron Rodgers. Ironically, went over to the Jets, just like Brett Favre. So, we'll see how that one goes. I mean, it's a little bit of colder days for us, November 19th, but there's going to be a big crew heading out to that game. Same thing for the Titans, too. I've been hearing a lot about that, too, with the Bolt Pride guys.
Yeah, so. Definitely a Bolt Pride is announcing that they're going to do group tickets or something like that, so we can get people to all like sit together. I bet you tickets for that game are going to be pretty cheap, so I'm stoked on that one. So that'd be great if we can hang with that crew. That'd be really cool.
Dude, really cool. That's a very, very historical based stadium, obviously, and that would be it's a very rare circumstance for us to be able to play a game out there. So I think it would be pretty fun to be able to see a game out there. I did go to a New York Giants game versus the Chargers, I think in 2007 or 2006 or something like that. And it was in November. Ironically, it was like San Diego weather out there, 75 and just perfect.
Lucky.
Yeah, it was crazy good. So maybe it'll happen out there too. So standing room only, man. What games are you going to try to hit? We didn't talk about it, but we did talk a little bit about the Titans game. We were talking about flying out for that game. I would love to go to the Dolphins game. I mean,
that's week 1. That's here. I'm going to it for sure. Got my season tickets.
It's just start of the season. You just hate not going to that game. Like,
that's just the first game is always the energy is so like amazing first games. So
it's the best. It's the best.
The best. Yeah. If you can go, that's the game you absolutely have to go to, Yeah.
The hype train is at an all-time high at that point.
Yes, sir. Yes.
All-time high.
Yep.
And best time to be at the stadium. So won't be at the Raider game for sure. Probably won't be at the Bears game. Probably will not be at the Cowboys game. Lions might not be a bad one, in my opinion.
That could be. That's a really good one. It's so cold in the deep.
Yeah, but, cold in the deep.
It ain't gonna be so cold
in the SoFi.
In the SoFi. That's right.
in the Inglewood, in the wood,
Inglewood.
But I think that would be good. The Ravens game would be phenomenal too. I guess if we could just move on to that. But I'll probably say I'd love to go with the Dolphins and the Titans game just to start out. It'd be cool if I could do back-to-back games like that. That'd be killer.
That'd be dope. That'd be dope. I was actually looking at the Packers and like looking at weather averages for that time.
Yeah.
Like kind of like the high and low of that month is 46 to 29.
Yeah,
so that's snow weather. That's for sure.
Yeah, snow weather. Oof,
yeah,
man.
I got that cool jacket. Typical. So I mean, maybe I can. Maybe I can just go and just bust that thing out with me. Like, I mean, I don't know, man. Just to say, because here's the thing though, too, is like the Lambeau Field, its days are numbered. It's one of the oldest stadiums here, like in the NFL, and it's really like a bowl. It's a lot like the Rose Bowl. I don't know if you've ever been to that one, where it's very just like wide. It just goes up, and so like if you're in the nosebleeds, you can't see nothing, bro.
No, not at all.
Yeah. So
it's kind of like the Rose Bowl is like the same kind of thing. The Rose Bowl is very, very wide out. Like
exactly. Yeah. So
yeah,
I mean that it could be fun to go watch that to go to that game as well, but
Sure.
I don't know. I may have to talk to some of the clubs to see if they're interested in going. If there is a bunch of people going out there, I probably want to come out with them too to that
It
one.
would be killer. That would be a great time. That'd be a great time.
Because I think a lot of people are talking about it, but so I don't. Yeah,
they got to put the money where the mouth is. Let's go.
Right. That's right.
All right, let's go to week 12.
Oh yeah. That's so cold though.
Oh yeah.
Ravens.
Lamar Jackson, Odell Beckham Jr., Zay Flowers.
Yeah.
They got a good squad going on there.
Yeah, they got a real good squad built.
What was it? Lamar Jackson says he wants to throw 6,000 yards, which is not going to happen.
Bruh, that dude's smoking something.
Yeah, he's smoking something over there. But, Ravens Chargers games have always been really good. This is another primetime game at home, Sunday Night Football. This is a Sunday Night Football game that makes sense. And this is on November 26th. So this is on Thanksgiving weekend. Really good game. Really, really good game here. I'm excited to be able to see that one. Ravens, Chargers, always great games. Always great games all around. So I'm excited for that one. Thoughts on that one, Kyle?
Yeah, I mean, that's I don't know. I think every single time, wasn't it like at San Diego? Like they handed out posters, that game usually, and then like we all created like those freaking paper airplanes and threw them onto the field. I think that's kind of a tradition for Ravens games that like we throw stuff onto the field for that one or something like that. Like, was that? I think that's the one that happens.
I think so. Yeah, that was a while ago though, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's that was quite a long time ago for sure. But I mean, it's always going to be a tough game. Those yeah. So that game I'm a little worried about because at this point, I mean, who knows where we're going to be at with everything? Because like we're just going straight through now. No real weeks off anymore.
No breaks.
All gas, no breaks.
All gas, no breaks from this point on.
Yep.
And what we're doing is going from SoFi on a Sunday Night Football. Now we're going week 13 to the Patriots out there in New England. And guess what? Maybe we can find a way. Maybe we can find a way to beat them. I don't know. Instead of getting blown out by Cam Newton Tom Brady. Like
it's Bill Belichick, man. It's dude.
That guy just knows us, dude.
He knows the Chargers number, dude. And like I don't know what's going on.
It doesn't matter what's going on with that
frustrating.
team.
Yeah, right.
I'm gonna say we're gonna lose that game just because freaking Bill Belichick always finds a way, and it's ridiculous. Whoever's out there, 45-0 against Cam Newton, like at home, that was just ridiculous. Like Mac Jones is not Mac Jones. Maybe Bailey Zappi or whatever that guy's name might end up being their quarterback by that time. I don't know, but irregardless, freaking Belichick, dude. Yeah, freaking Belichick, dude. That guy just knows how to beat us every time, dude.
Yeah, dude. I don't know. Man. It's just
so frustrating.
So frustrating, man. He just, I don't know. I think he's got I think honestly, I think he had an inside guy, and that's. But I think maybe we cleared house, though. Because maybe it was the freaking physical training guy that's been with us for 20 plus years.
Maybe
he could have been the mole. I mean, like who knows? Yeah.
I wonder if that guy got another job, by the way. Who knows?
That's a good question. I don't
know. Good question. I was going to say RC's comment here is November is a low-key difficult. Chargers often have a hard time against the NFC North. If we really look at it, like you got the Lions, obviously the Packers, the Jets, the Ravens. That could be an extremely tough.
That could be a tough run. Yeah.
The thing about it is, like the Packers, to me, like you don't know what to expect with that team. You don't know what to expect because you got a brand new quarterback. They don't necessarily have like much of an upgrade or anything on wide receiver per se. Running back, it's kind of an iffy team. So that's going to be a tough month. November is when basically is the run to the playoffs. That's basically when you really kind of know where you could be positioned. And that's going to be very, very tough. So yeah, good comment there, RC. Good comment there for sure, man. So Patriots, what it is. All right, fine. Move on. We're going to go to the Week 14 Broncos. Oh, there we go.
That's right.
I got a buddy that always says, Broncos, hee-haw. That's what he always says to me every time. So
those are the donkeys, that's
the
why.
donkeys, exactly.
That's right.
Exactly. So,
and I think they're still going to be kind of donkey-ish this year for sure. I mean,
we don't even play. This is the first time we play them at Week 14.
That's so wild to me.
Crazy to think that it's going to be that late in the season that we play. We've only played 2 division games. Yeah, up to this point. Like what?
Yeah, Raiders.
And
Chiefs.
2 division games up to this point.
Yeah, and so, then
the rest of the season's the division games, dang near. Like,
yeah, pretty much. It's like December is like all division rivals, all the whole time.
That's insane. That's insane. So, Broncos at home. We got to find a way to split this game. I mean, you got obviously Sean Payton over there.
Mm-hmm.
You got Russell Wilson. Maybe he'll be cooking, or maybe he'll be not cooking. I don't know. What can we say? He's frozen. I don't know what he is. I don't know. But it's an interesting thing with the Broncos. I mean, I do think they did some good upgrades. I think coaching wise, they did better. Remember, they do have Joe Lombardi as their offensive coordinator under Sean Payton.
Mm-hmm.
We don't know. I'm a little unsure about where the Broncos will be. Will I think they'll be a better team? Yes, I do. I think that they will be better all around. I don't know. I don't know where to really put this one.
Well, I'll say this though: what we will know is that Lombardi will not make any adjustments. And so he's just gonna play whatever plays he wants. I know apparently he does have a really thick playbook, so we're probably not going to see like the same plays or whatever like that. But we do know that it's probably going to be an all pass kind of offense, like what we were doing, And so and our defense is going to be set up against that. So I feel like we have a really strong chance of winning that game for sure. But then again, I mean, at this point, we'll know what the Broncos are like at that point.
Yeah.
And this will be the first time that we're playing them, and we'll kind of have a good understanding about this stuff. So,
well, and the one thing about them too, next year, I mean, they have Javonte Williams, who obviously had a knee injury last year. They don't really have a huge depth behind them in the running back position. Melvin Gordon's not there anymore.
Right.
Jerry Jeudy, they did get Marvin Mims, who was one of those kind of later round wide receivers that are really good. KJ Hamler and Kendall Hinton, Cordell Sutton, Tim Patrick. They have a pretty good wide receiving core all around.
I think so.
They do have a pretty good situation there. So, your assessment of them passing is probably going to be the case. If Javonte Williams does not really find a way to be able to be on field and be really healthy, that's going to be, it could be a very long situation for them where they're just going to pass. Now, once again, Broncos did that to us last year, right? At the last game of the season, they just kept dumping just Hail Marys getting there and just make it happen. So,
but I'll say this though too. Rich kind of was talking about the Broncos too, and of course we know he's like very pessimistic towards the Broncos.
Yep.
He believes that they still don't have an established line, offense or defensively. So that is going to be his biggest concern with them. And so if they can't really protect Russell Wilson, he's not going to be able to do what he does like the best, He's certainly not going to be able to be like Patrick Mahomes, for that matter. So, but we'll see. I mean, this is really deep into the season, and I feel like though I'm confident they're still not going to have the team that they want because Sean Payton just got there. Nathaniel Hackett just literally had 1 year with the team. They gave up a lot for Russell Wilson, and so they really couldn't do much with what they had at that point. So I don't see the Broncos actually being very well established just yet. So I think we can actually go 2-0 against the Broncos.
Let's make it happen, man. I mean, last year we were at that Bronco game. We ended up getting upgraded tickets.
Yeah.
That's one of the guys that sells tickets at SoFi. He just gave us some upgraded tickets to go down to the 200 level.
That's
We ended
awesome.
up seeing the game in overtime with a field goal win by Dustin Hopkins, actually, with the blown out, hammy that he had during that game.
Yeah.
And that was a great game. I mean, it was great to be able to see that one. It was a tough game all around. The Broncos fans that were behind us got quieted and disappeared after we won that game on them. And it was great. But, it's going to be interesting to see the Broncos this year. New coaching, new staff, new players. I mean, they did pick up Zach Allen. He's one of the defensive end. DJ Jones was a guy that I was pretty high on last year to be able to get it for the Chargers because he's really good against the run.
That means bolt up in Japanese.
Bolt up, baby. Let's go.
Yeah.
Konnichiwa. Let's go. Yay.
Borotu Apu.
Hey, that's awesome.
That's awesome.
That's awesome, Wildcats. Thanks for joining in, my friend. But yeah, the Broncos, I could probably see that with them. I mean, they got to figure out their lines, and they did really gut their lines there. Russell Wilson will always hold the ball way too long.
Yep.
And then ended up taking a sack. I think last year he took 56 something sacks or something crazy like that. The guy is not getting any younger, and you can't take hits like that. I mean, Tom Brady was around for so long because he was able to protect his body and have one of the fastest releases in the game. That's why he basically played till he was 45. You're not going to do that if you keep doing that.
Like under 3 seconds every single time, Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Just
crazy.
Just amazing.
Yep. So week 15, we got another primetime game here, boys.
The Raiders.
The Raiders.
At the Roomba Stadium.
At the DJ Roomba.
Yep.
So they're back there playing the Raiders. We've already kind of talked a little bit about them. It is what it is. It is what it is. Thursday night game. So we kind of have a little bit of a break after that one to go to Prime Video. And then, it's all about family, trust, and respect around here, right, guys? When we talk about the Raiders, family, trust, respect all day. Week 16.
Well, I was going to say this though about the Raiders. It is a short week for both of our teams at that point, and that does suck. But the Raiders, the week before, is a bye week. So actually, like 2 weeks before. So it's week 13 is their bye week. And then they play the Vikings, and then they play us. So they will be a little bit fresher than us.
Yeah.
And so that is kind of one of my concerns on on that situation. So they may have a better chance of having fresher legs or whatever, or maybe some player come back or whatever. So I'm like, that'll be tragic.
By this team, their team is completely decimated, and all confidence is gone. Because I imagine that it's going to be a little bit of a disastrous situation. I feel like Raiders could potentially only win 5 games next year, and I don't really think they're going to be that good. I don't think they're going to be that good. Like,
I mean, at this point, for sure, Garoppolo is going to be out. So, he's going to be injured, something like that. Yep. So, who's their backup, whatever? So, like, I don't know.
It was their backup is Max Crosby. No, Brian Hoyer, Aiden O'Connell, Chase Garbers. So, it's wild to me that they don't really have a contingency plan at all. No, they're almost like Jimmy G's our guy.
Jimmy Pornstar.
Yeah, Jimmy Pornstar. At this point, he's not going to be hanging out on the field. He's not going to be playing. I mean, you're going to say that if he is, he's not like much different than Derek Carr. And I just don't think that Raiders are going to be that good as a team again. Right. And I'm not saying that in the sense of being a Chargers fan. I just don't think they did enough to even try to get this team any better.
Yeah. Right.
I don't think their coaching is very good. I don't think the organization is really doing that well. I mean, at this point, they might be calling up John Gruden to get back on the team.
Right.
So who knows? I mean, it's just I don't really feel like they're going to be that good of a team. I think there's a percentage of where I keep thinking like it's kind of like the Cardinals last year. We kind of were saying like I think the Cardinals are going to be a garbage organization next year, or being 2022. And guess what?
Oh, yeah.
It became a garbage organization.
Yeah.
And I think there's a good chance that that's going to be kind of how the Raiders are next year. It's just going to be a very, very tough situation for them this year.
Yeah.
I don't really feel they did enough to really, really make that team any better. I mean, they did obviously get, Max Crosby is one of the best defensive ends in the league. I think he's a phenomenal player.
Yeah.
Chandler Jones is getting older in his age. He really wasn't effective till second half of the season, dang near.
Right.
Tyree Wilson picking him up. That's great. You're building in the lines, which is awesome. I don't think he did much to really build the offensive line. Nate Hobbs, great cornerback, very, very good cornerback, but there's not much else to that team. Like, there's a lot of loss in that team all around. And so I just don't think there's enough to make the Raiders become a very successful, organization next year.
Right.
My point, but it's all about FTR boys.
Realistically, that could be a good game to go to visit, because like maybe a lot of the Raiders fans ain't going to show up, so that's kind of like,
that's right.
I mean, like we could actually fill that stadium up with Chargers fans. That'd be so great. So great.
That would be cool. Well, December 14th, Thursday night game. Hey, go out there and hang out and then enjoy some gambling or whatnot after that. And that would be awesome. That would be a great time.
That'd be awesome. Yeah. Or, I mean, what's certainly going to happen is that we're going to fill the stadium for the Super Bowl because it's going to be Chargers Super Bowl.
That's right. We're going to be the ones that win the first Super Bowl in Las Vegas. Let's go.
Yeah, our first Super Bowl and the first Super Bowl in Las Vegas. We're going to get that dub, baby.
What a stab to the heart.
Yes.
Man, that'd be for the watch. For the watch.
I mean, yes. Oh, gosh. I want that so bad.
That would be the best.
That'd be the best. So poetic. Yeah.
All right, let's go into week 16, and then we already talked about 17, 18. But let's talk about the Bills. We're playing the Bills at home. Great game. Great game. Yeah. This is going to be a great game. Yes, probably one of the better games to go to, in my opinion, for the season, especially if the season is still relevant at that point for both of our teams. That's awesome. We have been blown out by the Bills before, but I think this is going to be a very, very good one. And the thing about the Bills organization is that they've always had a lot of hype. It's very similar in the sense of the Chargers. A lot of hype, and then they just can't figure it out in the playoffs. And they've been doing that a lot in the last couple of years. Some people are starting to question Josh Allen a little bit as a quarterback.
Sure.
Stephon Diggs even had a little bit of like a blow up a little bit after last year, almost seeming like he wants to leave the team.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's something that's going to happen. If they don't really make it this year, will they start moving on from Sean McDermott, and run away from him? This could be the year that really decides this coaching staff. Yeah. This could be the year that really decides the future of some of these players on the team. So I'm really interested to see how the Bills do play at this point.
Yeah.
I mean, they are one of the best AFC East teams. I think they still will win the division in the AFC East. I don't think the Jets will find a way to get better than the Bills. I mean, that's going to be a very fun game, in my opinion. That will be a really, really good one and a big one. Totally, and almost possibly even like a playoff preview game too. So
yeah, it could for sure be. And I'm really just still annoyed that it's going to be on Peacock. Because who the heck freaking pays for Peacock? I mean, sorry, I'm not going to buy that dang thing, but yeah.
One thing I'm going to do is I'm going to sign up for that free trial that week.
Oh, there you go. Perfect. I mean, just use a fake email account too, just
just make some fake email account.
Yeah,
sign up for
exactly.
that free trial. Boom, free Peacock. You can watch the game. Yeah. We're good. Right?
Or I guess you could do what the director talks about is to get that the Game Pass.
Oh yeah.
And then
you can totally do that.
And then a VPN to a European country.
Yep.
And then you're good to go. It should work. So
totally can. So
I mean, so we can do that. But fortunately, it's a home game and it's on Saturday. Ooh, I'm stoked on that.
Oh yeah, I'll take that.
And it's 5 p.m. Okay, so it's a Saturday night game.
Yeah.
Oh, that's amazing.
It's the weekend of going into Christmas. So you'll be out here. Or unless you'll be out there.
No. I'm staying out there. I'm staying out here for the game, and I'm gonna come later.
Hey, maybe I'll go out there too. Maybe I'll go out there.
Yeah, watch the game. Yeah, dude, fly in, and then we'll drive back together. Yeah.
Oh, great. Yeah. I'm in. Let's go.
Done.
Let's go.
Sorry, Mom. We coming out Christmas Eve. Yeah.
That's right. Oh man, that's great. Yeah, dude, that would be a really, really good game,
Yeah,
too. So
that'll be a fun game for sure. Well, yeah,
we'll
because it's
I'll keep you posted on that one. That'll be a
yeah,
good
for
one.
you know what? Because for sure, I mean, I'll be excited for that one too because I want to kind of roam around Bill's Mafia, like their tailgate as well.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
The table jumping on
I
there,
want to see
dude.
someone get smashed on the table. You know, I want to see the guy get like the squirted with the ketchup and mustard too. Like he holds
Yeah.
out the hot dog and stuff. So, like, I got to see that. You know, so
I wanna say that I saw a video of them where this guy made, like, a grill or a smoker out of, like a filing cabinet or something like that, and he was making pizzas out of it, and I was like,
what?
"What kind of hillbilly business is this, dude? What did I walk into here? This is upstate New York over here? What's going
Yeah.
on?"
Oh my gosh, that's wild. Yeah.
Jeez. Man,
Yeah.
hillbilly
So
pizza over here, dude. That's crazy. It didn't
that's
look
right.
bad, though. Didn't
That's
look
right,
bad.
Wildcats. Yeah, we got 6 primetime games. Yeah, so
Yeah.
that's pretty good. Potentially 7 with the
Y
week 18 game with the Chiefs. Yeah, we don't know. We don't know about that one. Yeah, so
yeah.
yeah.
That's crazy though, right? We got 6 primetime games. I mean, the
Yeah.
Chargers make entertaining games, and that's
Yeah,
what I
that's
think
right.
the NFL is all about. So,
Yeah.
and I
Yeah.
think that it fits really well. If we want to just kind of go with week 17, week 18, I know we already kind of chatted about them. Broncos week 17. Booyah. And that is in Denver,
Yep, it's at Denver.
Mile High Stadium or whatever the name of the
Cold,
stadium is.
freaking cold.
Cold.
Brr.
Avoid.
Yeah.
Don't
Nope.
go. I got a
Nope.
buddy out in Denver, and I always think like, "Oh, it'd be fun to go to a Bronco game." Yeah, not on week 17. No, I'm good. I'll
Nope.
pass. Hard pass.
Nope.
But that's on New Year's Eve,
Yeah.
1:25 p.m. CBS. And
Mm.
actually, one note I was going to say about the Peacock game. That's the first time Peacock's ever had a game. And
Yeah.
before going into the season, there was going to be open bidding for games, basically for all networks. I even think I saw, and I said it on my video, that ABC was going to broadcast games. And I think they are broadcasting the Monday night games now too, or something like that. Like, so they've opened it up to a lot of networks now where a lot of networks could just go out and buy it. So it's crazy to me to see the NFL really expanding that much. I'm going to say one thing here, and maybe this is going to make people a little bit kind of ticked off about it, but think of like the MLB, like Dodgers, for instance, in LA. You have to have Time Warner Cable to be able to see them.
Yeah.
You can't have anything else at all.
Yeah.
I hope that we're not starting to get to that point where it's confusing for fans to watch games.
Yeah.
And I feel like when you're starting to throw it around network to network and just, hey, how do I find it? And it becomes a confusing process.
Yeah.
You should keep it on a single base platform. And I said a line in one of our chats that pigs get fat, hogs get slaughtered, basically. And what that basically means is a term of when people get too greedy, they end up losing at that point because they start kind of like outselling their platform, or basically find a way to basically make it difficult on their fans, followers, business, or whatever on it to be a part of it, or buy your product, or do your product, or you're just getting way too greedy all around. And I do feel like there's a level of the NFL is starting to get too greedy. And we'll see what happens. I think Mark Cuban talked a little bit about it, just saying that, hey, the NFL is just doing too much. It's doing too much. They're trying to make too much money, and they're spreading themselves out way too far. So you got a formula you had for decades. Stick to the formula. Like, and I understand times are changing and platforms are adding. I get it, but like, it might not be a bad idea. Just stick with the platform instead of making it confusing for the fans.
Right. Yeah, so. and that's honestly, like I was saying in our chat, I think that's the issue with Jeff Bezos stepping in, you know? Like, I mean, he kind of like brought it, you know, changed the game a little bit on how like the games are played out, you know, because he probably like is vying for like literally every single game as much as possible. Like I think honestly he's bet on the house. You know, he wants to eventually potentially own NFL. Period. You know, like you know, I mean, I think it would be great to have Amazon have more games. Yeah, because like who doesn't really have Amazon Prime? It's like that's definitely a no brainer. Like I mean, I was actually just trying to check out how many games they had. Well, they only have up to week 17, so like they don't have the first week and they don't have the last week.
Yep.
So
that makes sense.
Yeah.
And I wish they would have actually gave the NFL ticket to Amazon, and then if they had some way to be able to include it in Amazon Prime,
right,
that would be
easy.
Absolutely the best platform.
Yeah, I would totally 100%. I would totally add that to my package. I'm like, all right, cool,
done, no problem. Like
right.
the millions and millions of people that already have Amazon Prime, if you just end up charging them a minuscule amount per month,
could be a discounted, a little bit too,
just exactly. Like you could basically make quite a bit of money out of that. But that's once again, I'm not the one that have millions and billions of dollars to do that, but
billions upon billions of dollars,
billions upon billions.
It's gonna be huge.
Huge. So week 18, we are ending against the Chiefs at home.
Yeah.
We kind of chatted a little bit about this game already. This is a TBD game, could be flexed into a primetime slot. So essentially we could get a 7th primetime game.
Right.
It's interesting. This is going to be dictating on what's really happening playoffs wise, division wise, all around. Pretty cool. Pretty cool game to be able to try to end the season.
I agree.
I mean, what would be an awesome scenario if, like, say for instance, we're 12-5 or 12-4 or whatever it is, and they're 11-5, and this is the one that decides the division. Like, that would be awesome to be able to see that.
That'd be wild.
That would be an awesome game, and that would for sure be another primetime game at that point. So we'll see. I mean, but this is the 2023 LA Chargers schedule for us. So
yes, sir.
I'm excited about it, guys. But what games are you guys interested in, man? I know we chatted a little bit about it. Record predictions. We've chatted about it in other previous streams. I said 10-7 is kind of where we're at. I mean, if I look at the schedule, I'm realistically looking at 17-0 to start out. So yeah.
Well, it's got to be 20-0, baby.
Yep. And then we go 20-0. We're good to go. So that's kind of where I'm sitting at. But what's your guys' predictions on the schedule? I know we've had some people already talk about some of the predictions. Tough months. November's a tough looking month all around for us.
Yeah.
First 4 games look pretty solid for us to be able to start out really, really well for us. But what's your guys' thoughts? What's your guys' thoughts on the schedule? What's your guys' thoughts on what we potentially could be to end the season and all that? So, Kyle, what's your thoughts on the schedule and everything too?
Yeah, I'm gonna just throw it out there. Like, I mean, because of our tough November and like in cold December, because lately we have not been very good at playing December games. I'm gonna say probably like maybe 10-7, maybe 11-6 for us this year. Like that's kind of my best guesstimate so far, but I think we should go into more depth on that with Andrew when he gets on here. So like, and so that Chiefs game at the end could be really interesting, like, because the Chiefs, they could potentially have their season locked up already, because, like, I mean, they had a pretty good draft, and so they may very much be just resting their players, which kind of sucks. Because it is a divisional game. Like, you kind of would want to be like, no, you should play your players, like, at least, know. And so I feel like that we could win that game at the end of the season because of the fact that they might be resting their players. But then again, like, I mean, if they clinch to the division, maybe in the first seed at that point, maybe they do want to actually play their players, because otherwise they're gonna have 2 weeks off. That's like, and then they'll be really cold into the final game, or like their first game. So I don't know. And I can't remember. Like, do you recall if Andy Reid, if he likes to rest the players that well, or?
Yeah, he's done it to us before. Late in the season. I remember one game specifically, we needed to win to be able to go into the playoffs. I remember I watched the game in Brazil, And I was like, oh, we win this, we go into the playoffs. It's going to be great. And then we ended up losing the game with a field goal at the end of the game. And I believe it was our backup quarterback that we had last year. What's his dang name? Last year, who was our backup quarterback? Oh my gosh, why can't I think of his dang name? Anyways, he was the one that beat us. And they sat everybody pretty much at that point in time. And that's what it was. So yeah, he does rest players. He does rest players. I do think that if it's, say, for instance, they have the top seed in the league at that time, they'll probably play their starters for a little bit, and then they'll probably just sit them in the second half or something like that.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
So it is what it is. You know how it works and how it affected us last year of playing players versus sitting them,
right?
And how it can affect your outcome in the playoffs. And so there's kind of a double-edged sword on that sometimes of, where there's a positive to it and there's a negative to it. So.
Yeah.
Who knows? So, but that is it. That is the schedule, boys. So let us know what you guys' thoughts are on it. Appreciate you guys on this, everything. Hopefully you guys saw the kickoff video, by the way. It is phenomenal. They did a great job with the anime and everything too. So, anything else you got, Kyle?
No, man, let's bolt up. I'm excited. So week 1 Dolphins, bro, you going to come out?
Dude, I would love to be out that game. Dude, home openers, absolutely the best. Season opener, home opener, absolutely the best. Best time to be at the stadium, for sure.
Yes.
Hype train, all-time high. Everybody's 0-0 at that point.
It's the best.
Nobody knows. That is
the
perfect time to be at the stadium. Everybody's just amped up. Oh, best time. I'm getting goosebumps thinking of that game already. Like, let's go.
Let's go. I know, right?
Dolphins. I'm shooting for that game for sure. I mean, the thing about it is next week, Titans would be out there if we go out to Tennessee.
Right.
I'd probably make it a little bit more of a longer kind of trip. I mean, heck, why not? I could work out there. I could do whatever, and it's easy.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't mind checking out Nashville. So that would be really cool. So it'd be cool to be able to be 1-2. That would be awesome.
That'd be perfect. That'd be perfect.
That'd be
1-2, 2-0. You mean right? Straight up.
2-0. We'll be 2-0 by that time.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I know. I'm already looking at tickets for the Titans one too because I really wanted to go to that one. So that'd be good. Like, I wish I could. Like, honestly, I do want to go to the Vikings game too. But
Jeez.
I mean,
just stay out there and then fly up to.
There you go. Just fly. Just fly. just drive that way.
Yeah. Or just drive up there.
Yeah. So that would be pretty sweet. Then, I mean, trying to look at that too. Some of the other games, like I would consider the Packers one as well.
Yep.
But I know it's gonna be cold. It's just gonna be cold.
Yep.
Yeah, it's cold out there, man.
It's cold.
And I don't really want to go to the Patriots either, Foxborough Stadium, because like, I mean, that way, like the Patriots or Chargers are gonna lose that one probably.
Yeah, exactly. Don't even show up.
I'm like, man, like that's just a tough game for us. Patriots just always got our number, So I can't be stressed on that one. I ain't even trying to think about that. Freaking Bill Belichick's still there. Whatever. Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah.
But I'm looking forward to the season, man. I'm looking forward to being at SoFi. I'm looking forward to see our boys on the field and everything too. So I'm excited about it, guys. So but you know what? We got an hour and a half in the stream. Excited for 2023. Looking forward to it. Looking forward to the preseason. Looking forward to training camp, guys.
Yeah.
It's coming up soon. And man, it's kind of crazy to think that we're getting closer to training camp opening up and all the players being back out there. I mean, I'm excited. I'm just ready for it. I'm ready for it, man.
We ready, baby. We stay ready.
Let's go.
Let's go. But hey, at the same time, look, like for all you guys in the chat, like there's a ton of events that happens from now until the season opener out here in LA. So like if you ever like really want the off season to feel shorter, come out to these events. Please. Go hang out with the Bolt fam. There's a whole bunch of things going on. Like the end of this month, there's a barbecue in Huntington Beach, and then the weekend after that, there's a camp out going on in the like Inland Empire area. And then the week, June 17th weekend, there's a bonfire going on with Bolt City diehards.
Yeah.
And then I think there's something in July too. Like there's July, that's training camp at that point.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
So like it shortens up the off season so much, just hanging out and seeing the fam. It's all good. So like I 100% encourage you guys to come out and just do things. Hey, if you can't, and guess what? LA is great in the summer. So just come out, hang out, go to the beach, whatever. Just like, just come out, please. Dude. It's amazing.
That's one thing I enjoy about doing this podcast too, and getting integrated in a lot of these crews. It really makes the off season much shorter, and it makes you a better fan, in my opinion. That's one thing I've really appreciated about this podcast. Just working with the community here, of the Charger community, Charger fam, just all the Bolt Pride crews. Like these guys right here, 602 and AZ. Just. Man, it just makes it a great situation all around, guys. So it's just great to be able to be a part of the community and just connecting with you guys. One thing I love, and just last point here, one thing I love about going to the games too is just seeing guys that watch us and just say, "Hey man, what up, Bolt Bros? What up, dude?" And they just come up, start just chatting with us, just vibing about the game, vibing about the team, just talking football. I mean, dude, it's the best. It's the best. And we love it, and we appreciate it. And we love it when guys come up to us and just say what up to us. It means the world to us, guys. So we appreciate it, man. But can't wait, guys. Cannot wait.
Yeah.
Looking forward to it, man.
All right. Well, we'll dive deeper into this subject, and we'll do a kind of an actual. We'll figure out who we're gonna win and who we're gonna lose against. Probably in our next video. And we'll just chat about that and just dig deeper into that. But for now, thanks for watching, bros. Like, go ahead and drop comments in the down below. Throw out your predictions early about what you think we'll do in the season. And remember, guys, Bolt Bros, let's go.